Welcome, Mr. Ponraj, for the Pod Universal Show. Congratulations. You have brought out a book co-authored by you and Dr. Abdul Kalam on the Manifesto for a Change. I think today it has come out on the shops. What prompted Dr. Kalamji and yourself to write this book? Any specific incident that you remember that motivated both of you to pen this book?
There are many incidents for the past 13 years. Dr. Kalam has addressed 15 state assemblies and delivered the mission for prosperity, and the Indian Parliament he addressed number of times on how to achieve Developed India Vision 2020. I had worked with him in all these missions very closely. Secondly, Dr. Kalam met so far 18 million youth and the students in the country and shared their aspiration and ambitions. Thirdly, he experienced how a creative leadership can bring a change in thinking and doing so. Dr. Kalam and myself felt we have only 6 years left for 2020, but we need to travel a long way to achieve the Developed India vision. Hence, Dr. Kalam felt we need a creative leaders in all the spheres of political system with a vision to achieve the target at the earliest. So this has motivated us to write this book. One important question from the youth, which I would like to narrate. Whenever Dr. Kalam interacts with the youth and students, they used to ask him one question repeatedly. So far, Dr. Kalam interacted with the 18 million youth, as I said, and the thousands of youth we interact every month directly and also through social media. The question is, Dr. Kalam, they used to ask the question, Dr. Kalam, why don't you lead us in politics? Why not you start a political party? This is the question the youth used to ask him quite frequently. Dr. Kalam was pondering over these type of stereotype of questions everywhere he went. It has given a thought that the youth of today is actually looking for an inspiring leadership from somewhere. Today's youth are looking forward like the common man. Somebody or some leader or some angel may come and lead them towards a peace and prosperity and provide a quality of livelihood. They do not seem to be looking into their inner self to understand that a creative leadership trait is hidden in each and every one of one's inner self. Another thing, that potential in our view can create a huge impact for this nation. So we have deliberated. Two questions came to Dr. Kalam's mind. Like any other leader, as a response to the popular perception, should he venture into create a new political party, or based on his charismatic or popular leadership, or should he become a candle to create multiple candles for making this nation great by creating an enlightened leadership in every walk of life, including politics? Dr. Kalam chose the second one to enlighten the youth by becoming a candle. Igniting the minds of the youth means the ignited minds of the youth is the most powerful resource on the earth, above the earth, under the earth. Hence, Dr. Kalam's message to the youth from this book, Manifesto for Change, is as follows. I am not here to lead you. I am not here to follow you. Come along with me and emerge as a creative leader in all walks of your life. We shall work together to realize the vision of a developed India from Panchayat to Parliament.
Sir, is it the reason why you have put it as sequel to India 2020? And Dr. Kalam wrote in the late 90s, India 2020 along with Dr. Rajan. Now you are writing the new book, Manifesto for Change. What is the connectivity?
Developed India 2020 book written by Dr. Kalam is all about vision and mission for making India a developed India before the year 2020. A Manifesto for Change, a sequel to India 2020 means it talks about how to achieve the Developed India Vision 2020 by bringing creative, innovative and sustainable development manifesto from Panchayat to state assemblies and from state assemblies to Parliament.
So generally, what are the contents broadly that you have included here in this book?
The purpose of the book is to create creative leaders from Panchayat to Parliament with a vision of evolving sustainable manifesto for change. We need creative social and political leaders in 2 lakh village panchayats of this country. We need creative political leaders in all 30 state assembly constituencies as MLAs, ministers and chief ministers. We need 539 creative world. The people of this country have shown the path of sustainable and accelerated development with inclusive growth, with high national prosperity index is possible within the ethos of the democratic system. That is why election after election people are electing one party or the other party with the hope that they will bring a change in their quality of life and living standards from Panchayat to Parliament. So, when the present fails to emerge to meet the challenges with the vision, the past returns back to the power in the democracy. they become the future. And when they again fail, the recent past becomes the future. It becomes a vicious circle that belies the hope of the common man who elects them to rule and administer the state or the nation. This leads to local, regional, communal, caste and linguistic forces to emerge with a fragmented mandate which becomes a fundamental challenge to the democracy, and that leads to politics of power, money, influence and crime that are fundamental factors which undermine the very purpose of democratic politics. It is due to the failure of emergence of creative political leadership with the popular support rising across caste, community, religion and language with a commitment to the societal transformation and leads the nation towards building the knowledge society. The idea of the book is not to create politicians, but to create creative political leaders in the nation from Panchayat to Parliament.
Can you please share some, at least 5 important suggestions that you have made in this book to the state government and the central government?
So we have given 9 important suggestions to the nation. One is Manifesto for Sustainable Rural Development Mission. Sustainable Rural Development Mission. Manifesto for Energy Independent Mission and Clean Green Environmental Mission. Manifesto for Smart Waterways Management Mission. Manifesto for Integrated Sustainable Agriculture, Industry and Services Sector Mission. Manifesto for Quality Education System, both primary, secondary and higher education system. And Manifesto for Affordable and Quality Healthcare Mission. Manifesto for Inclusive Governance for Sustainable Economic Development. Manifesto for Smart E-Governance for Transparent Administration, and Manifesto for Strategic Foreign Policy for Peace and Prosperity. This is for the national agenda. And for the State Assembly, there are a number of manifesto missions for prosperity that have been discussed in detail with reference to, particularly we have given an example of a big state, Uttar Pradesh, southern state, Karnataka, and with all, we have compared all the 20 big states and the 10 small states, and we have enlisted how a developed state can be formulated or can be evolved with the visionary and creative policies of the Chief Minister and the Council of Ministers. And for the Panchayat, each and every village Panchayat, how a creative village Panchayat board president can transform the village with the beautiful experience of various presidents or the village Panchayat board president who have achieved this mission leading to a successful village Panchayat. But ultimately our book, the primary purpose of this book, as Dr. Kalam says, the quote, history has proven that those who dare to imagine the impossible are the ones who break all the human limitations. In every field of human endeavor, whether science, medicine, sports, the arts or technology, or the politics, the names of the people who imagine the impossible are engraved in our history. By breaking the limits of their imagination, they change the world. So, the purpose of the book is to create the visionary creative leaders who have the ability to create multitude of creative leaders from various walks of life who can bring a fundamental change in the system or the society. It is not the crowd which can bring a sustainable change in the system. People or democratic system have to identify and encourage as creative leaders in every walk of life, whether it is politics, executive or judiciary or industry or agriculture or any other walks of life.
You have also brought out the views of some of the successful Panchayat leaders, legislatures and the parliamentarians. Can you explain a little more?
So we conducted a survey. We wanted to make it more, the book should be more interactive and experience oriented and also should share the real experiments and also bring out who has succeeded in parliament and as well as the legislature as an MLAs and MPs. So we with the support of the Prime Point Foundation, we conducted a survey and we received thousands of replies by email, by phone call, by indirect questionnaire. So we have captured all their views, whether it is positive or negative, and we have brought out a beautiful analysis and found that the Sansaratra Award instituted by the Prime Point Foundation has celebrated the success of the young parliamentarians or the parliamentarians who have become number one in debates, in questions, in bringing out the private member bills. So we have brought out the beautiful experiences, how a MP can succeed in their mission, how a MLA can succeed in their mission, how their success we can celebrate so that it can be an example for the others to emulate and also do developmental politics. The idea behind is not to curse, the idea behind is to encourage the youth to enter into politics to deliver the goods by adopting a developmental political approach.
And now it is too early ask this question because just now it is released. Any reaction from the government or from the Prime Minister or from the ministers?
Sir, it's just released. You are the first one to interview. 14th July is the release. Now everybody has to have the time to buy the book and then read the book and then they have to react. It cannot happen just like that. We have to work hard.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ponraj, and we hope that this message will reach to the youngsters and politicians to make a great India. Thank you very much.